2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Northwest Open is about to start. Hello, I'm Luke Elvey alongside 2002 PGA Championship winner Rich Beam, who's in the booth. And it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very happy to be covering this week's featured group. What a pairing. These two, they've been going back and forth at each other. There is quite the budding rivalry here.
Well, this week, Henny, it looks like they're intending to beat the big-hitting Brooke Henderson. She might be a kind Canadian, but certainly a fierce rival.
Yeah, she's not going to say sorry. Just make sure you don't look in her trophy cabinet beforehand because you might get intimidated. There's some big major championships in there. Brooke Henderson, speaking of big, hits it big, got big game, and is just so lovely on top of it all. I almost don't want her to be beaten.
Yeah, she's a born winner, isn't she, Brooke Henderson? This is going to be a tough rivalry, but one if you can win will certainly build your confidence. It's currently tied for 11th. Let's go down to John McCarthy, who's been walking the course, getting familiar with this layout. John, what can we expect from Chestnut Hollow this week?
I'll tell you one thing we can for sure expect. There will be a river and it will run through it. This stream runs all over this course and can kind of pop up where the players least expect it. So the players will need to be mindful of that. This stream feeds into a lake that comes into play on holes 10 and 16. Another thing to keep in mind this week is the contours of these fairways can be tricky. There are several fairways on this course that tend to tilt towards trouble. So players will need to be mindful of that as well. There's also a couple longer par fours on this course, so I'm going to be looking forward to seeing how the players attack those. All in all, an exciting week ahead. Really eager to see how the players attack Chestnut Hollow this week.
And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. Teeing off here at the third hole. Going with the 5-iron here. Yeah, not a bad effort, that one. Up onto the green and a chance to hole your putt. Here's Brooke Henderson's next shot. Okay, time to return to the action. Setting up here with a very long putt. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread.
Can't believe he did that. That drives you bonkers as a player.
Putting for a par here. And there it is. So no movement on the leaderboard, remaining at even overall. Time to step on your tee shot here at this long par 4. Nicely done. Rich, Canadian golf has had a number of people to be able to hang their hat on over the years. Obviously, most recent on the men's side, Mike Weir is a major winner. But the impact that Brooke Henderson has had on the game seems to have been even more significant.
It has been, and she doesn't carry the mantle just for women's golf in Canada. She carries the mantle for Canadian golf in general. She's such an amazing, delightful young lady to be around. Her personality is infectious. She's just a good soul. And she carries that around to the golf course. I mean, 2-time major winner. But what I'm impressed about most with her game, Luke, is the fact that, you know, she is such a long hitter in the game. You don't quite see too many women in the game right now that they don't talk about hitting it long like we do in the men's game. But make no bones about it, she hits it a long way out there. That gives her a massive advantage over some of the other players. And that's why she is such a prolific winner on the LPGA.
It's like they got all of that one. That's on a good line. Sitting at -1, currently tied for 5th place. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Getting ready to play their third. He's 2 shots back. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
This one's 13 feet from the cup. This is what they have left for par.
Ooh, right by the hole. You've finished your work on that hole. Let's take a look at the next one.
The 6th hole here at Chestnut Hollow, Rich, is a big par 5. 559 yards from those back tees.
Luke, I got to say, though, the big hitters that are not afraid to challenge that stream going down the left-hand side, they could reduce this to almost nothing. This fairway is firm and fast, and that golf ball will chase out forever. You must avoid the bunkers down the right-hand side, though, if you've got any chance or any hope of going for this green in 2. Coming up just a little bit shy of the green is actually a good leave. Leaves a simple pitch shot to a very long and slightly undulating green.
Trying to get to 1 under here with this putt.
They've got this putt to pull ahead of Brooke Henderson. This rivalry could get interesting here.
Just didn't drop. 8 feet to the cup. Was on a good line.
This one for bogey.
The putt goes in, and that's back-to-back bogeys.
And making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She had a bad previous hole, came off with bogey.
So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead.
Teeing off here at the 7th.
That's a pretty handy shot. That's not what they were looking for.
And what a rare miss today. They've been so good with their approach shots.
Let's see if you can make this and keep the par on the card. Oh, just missed.
And this one will be for bogey.
Now 5 strokes behind. And on the tee now, coming off the bogey. Might have a bit of a sting in the tail, I'd imagine.
What a gargantuan tee shot.
Playing from around 240 yards. 5 shots off the lead. Going with a 3-wood here. Always frustrated by missing a green.
Coming off a streak of 3 bogeys.
Wow, that almost went in the hole. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
He's got 10 feet here. I think he likes it. An important par save.
Ouch, that hurts. If that's the right pace, this should drop.
That's one of those putts that you're proud of at the end of a round. They all add up. What do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
Oh, she's taken the lead in this rivalry, but can she hold on to it?
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Now 6 strokes back after that hole.
And now we find ourselves with a par 4 here. Oh, that's piped. That's heading down the runway.
And Henny, what kind of a shot are they facing this time?
They can't quite see the green here, Luke, because it's elevated, it's much higher. They're definitely going to have to club up.
This looks to be hit pretty well from where I'm standing.
Just a 4-footer remaining. And that will drop in for birdie.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's 2 strokes ahead in this group rivalry today.
This is Brooke Henderson. Let's take a look at the current standings.
Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. The second 9 here at Chestnut Hollow begins with a shortish par 5, Rich, so a chance to put some red figures on the board.
526 yards from the back tee. Players will be feasting on this hole. They're going to take that bunker down the right-hand side out of play. Go ahead and bomb it down there. Find the fairway. Leave yourself somewhere with a 5, 6, even 7 iron for the bigger hitters. Obviously, you have to avoid getting too aggressive with that second shot and dumping it in the water. So a lot of second shots here will be left out to the right-hand side, and hopefully players will get it up and down.
Yeah, good aggressive play and almost rewarded by finding the green.
What a sensational play on this par 5 there, Luke.
Time now for the 4th shot. Ooh. Oh, that was right down the pipe.
And a par putt awaits him.
That's frustrating.
Just a short putt remaining here.
Now 8 shots back after that hole. And now on the tee, coming off a bogey, trying to reclaim some momentum.
Oh, that was pummeled into submission.
Playing from 110 yards out. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it.
Luke, nothing gets past you. Yes, this kid is a stud.
That was a gallant attempt. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. Nicely holed and for par.
What do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Here's Brooke Henderson. And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up.
And the entire field looks up at that familiar sight and sees the name of Tiger Woods on top.
We have a par 3 on this one. Looks to be going with a hybrid here.
Has got this thing dialed in here, looking good.
This would be a great up and down. How close was that to going down?
And from the greenside rough here.
Ooh, that almost went down. 5 feet coming up to the cup. Okay, steady now. Well, Rich, think they can make this one?
Look, I got to say, I'm really not liking their chances here, but you never know. Stranger things have happened.
Don't want to state the obvious, Rich, but a little too hard, that one. Just 3 feet to the cup.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's currently ahead in this rivalry. Let's see what happens.
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. And hopefully they've been able to give themselves a little pep talk after that unfortunate result at the last. They need to focus here and set up the next tee shot. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Setting up here from about 175 yards.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron. How close was that to going in the hole? Great shot. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Well played.
Oh, gotta love it. Chipping in for birdie. Nothing better.
Well, that's worth reviewing. Let's roll the videotape.
Beautifully judged. Great tempo on this chip.
And a very familiar sight Tiger Woods on top of the leaderboard.
Here we find ourselves on the tee of a long par 4. Good shot there, Beamer. And Rich, we talked about so much and we heard so many of them throughout the years. A Tiger roar just sounded different to any other roar on the golf course. Explain just the energy of that and what you endured.
Well, the Tiger roars usually involved about 35,000 folks, and any other roar was about 3,500. So that was already a massive difference. You just knew it. There's just an energy in the air. When you heard a roar go up, you immediately could tell whether it was Tiger or it was somebody else. And it all kind of depends on how you were affected by it. And I think that where a lot of players got into trouble was listening for the roars and listening what kind of roar it was. And when they let it into their head that it was a Tiger roar, then I need to do something better. I need to change it up real quick. And in fact, that's probably what hurt them more than anything else. But listen, when Tiger did something fantastic, everybody on the golf course knew it was him.
3 feet to go here to the hole.
Why don't we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
Oh, she's taken the lead in this rivalry, but can she hold on to it?
And choosing the 8-iron here.
This one looks to be on a pretty good line.
That was a beauty, right against the hole.
And after that effort, let's take a look at how it stands. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Well, let's get amongst this 15th hole. Opting for the 9-iron. This one's going right at the pin here. What a shot! Almost went in the bucket.
Putting for birdie here.
Well, I love these holes. The short par 4. Do you be bold or lay up?
Only the biggest hitters, unless it's a prevailing wind, will be able to go for this green and one. A lot of players, however, Luke, will still take out the driver and try and get it as down there and to the right as far as possible to set up a very easy, simple pitch shot. I'm looking at this as a guaranteed birdie if you want to win this tournament.
Oh, well played. Into birdie range here at the 16th.
And as good as they putt, you almost have to guarantee this one.
What's in front of them, Henny?
Just got to use the touch of a feather. Barely has to blow on it. This is just downhill.
Ooh. A 7-footer right here. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? And this one is for bogey. Was on a good line. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. Well holed. And that's a little disappointing, dropping some spots on the leaderboard. Let's see what happens here at the 17th. Opting for the 3-wood.
They've decided to club up.
Let's see if we can get this one up and down for par. Oh, I thought that one was going in. Getting ready to play their 3rd. Didn't that look good for a long time? This one's for bogey. And the putt drops, and we're moving on.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
Had a big eagle on the last hole.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Sitting at 9 over par.
Not much happening. Moving down the leaderboard, never a good sign.
Trying to shake off the bogey on the last hole as they step onto this tee. Looks like this one's heading safely for the fairway.
This shot here from about 240 yards. And here we are with the third shot.
Yep, that'll work. That's fine.
And this putt for a final score of 78. And that signs off on today's round.
Well, Rich, it's fair to say that this player didn't quite have their best stuff this week.
Hey, Luke, I got to say, not the performance that this player was expecting, but I got to say, I personally got a few chuckles out of the round seeing some of the places they hit it. I thought it was pretty fun.
On behalf of Rich Beam, Henny Kuyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports.